Hello, welcome once again to Hope Alive Let's Talk series, where we discuss topics that impact family relationships. Hope Alive has developed a workbook that supports the challenging relationships between parents and their children. Today, we want to share with you an experience at a pilot workshop that we had for healing parent-child relationships. With me today, as usual, are Sam Babatunde. Welcome.
Thank you so much. My pleasure being here again. Nice to see you and talk to you guys again.
And our dear friend, Kofo Babatunde. Welcome.
Nice to be here again. Thank you.
And my dear Yinka Marcus, welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, let's go straight into it. The workshop was good. It was awesome. Many parents and their children were present. And we all had a good time of discussing and just going through that workbook. So let's just go straight into what your favorites part of the workshop was.
Yeah, I guess I can start. My favorite is the communication between the children and their parents. They talk about a lot of things. They talk about interactions they've had that the parents were not, or the effect of which the parents were not aware of. So it brings some awareness in the parents, even though they may mean very good things, but they are different from their children. Everybody's individual. So.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Kofo.
Yeah, for me, it's the section about embracing grace. For the first time, I just realized that relationships is about being gracious. Yeah, it actually, gave me the words for what I want to appreciate and what I have been doing and what I've actually found in my stepmother. It's very unusual, I know. I mean, my stepmother, I believe, is the best in the whole world because I had a wonderful time with her. So being gracious, which is an act of goodwill, just, let people be comfortable in your presence. That's what it is, basically. Whatever we can do to make people comfortable in your presence, I think it builds relationship a lot more. It brings about openness. It brings about even room and opportunity for forgiveness, and all that. So, being thoughtful, we learned all that. And I was able to think back and say, wow, this is the best part for me, honestly, to remind me, to tell me that be gracious to people. Even if I'm going to say no, even if I'm going to be disciplining a child, even if I'm going to be angry, be gracious about it, right? Being considerate of others. We talked in depth about all that. And we're able to put our lives into perspective of it. I was able to check myself where I'm struggling, with what is easier, showing regard, speaking with respect. That's being gracious. And that's what relationships are about. And that's what we want to encourage between parents and children, siblings, even friends, husband and wife, right? Yeah, being gracious. Thank you.
Thank you. That's a very important aspect, right? In terms of how gracious could you be with each other? How tolerant, let's use that word too, are you with your parent and with your child too? And and that comes to what you said, Yinka, about the conversation. Having those hard conversations with your children can be hard for us, as parents. And trying to listen to them, to what they have to say, and actually really listen without interruptions, because part of the conversation there is just listen, ask those questions, and just listen to what they have to say, and that's part of being gracious. Okay, so what's yours?
Yeah, I think in this world of increasingly high transactional nature of living, grace and as you rightly described, I can be in a bit of a short supply. So also is my own takeaway from there, which is forgiveness. Can also be in short supply. In this life, there will always be an offense. Somebody will offend you because we are from different backgrounds, diverse orders of relationships or upbringing, experience or curve that we have faced of life. So, but again, as we said sometimes ago, it's not often what happens to you that matters, but what your response to it is like, or how do you respond to it. So, you feel offended, there's an offender, there's an offended. There's a hurt established. How do we resolve it? First key, which is my takeaway from that workshop, is forgiveness. I call it let go and let God. The hurt is not to undermine the hurt or the pains thereof or the consequences thereafter, but times with that number, I came into re-emphasizing of the fact that, look, if you're not careful, this unforgiveness, which is the opposite of forgiveness we're asking you to give, can become a serious cancer in the body, just eating you up without knowing it. But eating the offended up without knowing it. So release first, then it gives you kind of a clearer conscience, peace of mind to now say, let's sit down and talk about this whole thing. How can we avert it in future? How can we be of help to others who are similarly hurting? But keeping the record of offense and the unforgiveness spirit is like deepening the hurt, worsening it, and it's like decaying cancerous effect on the body.
Yeah.
So it's a serious healing for me when you just let go and let God.
And of course, it's about...
Not as easy, it's not easier said than done, not as easy as that.
It's not as easy to do.
I know.
Yes, but then again, you know, it's like, it's your choice. You make that choice to do that. And of course, people ask, I'm finding it difficult to forgive. What should I do? We can debate forgiveness for a long time. But the point is that when we don't forgive, of course, it's not all the person who did the offense that is impacted more, it's us.
Yep.
And when we are ready to heal, when we are ready to move into what we need to be doing more effectively, we need to forgive. We need to really be intentional in that act of forgiveness. And forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting either.
No.
So,
you're not brain dead.
Yeah.
But you can just choose to say, I'll put it behind me.
Yeah, and it won't affect you as much
Yep.
because you have forgiven. Hopefully. Okay. So for me, in that workshop, the part that talks about love impacted me the most. It's my favorite part because we talk about the topic actually is the greatest is love. And we had to define love. It's surprising that everybody defines love differently because you have a perception of love.
Yep.
And there's a way everybody packages love.
Right.
Some people have the way they package it is, okay, this is the way I feel loved. If you don't love me this way, then you don't love me. There's the question of how do you identify love during the workshop. Then everybody chips in and discusses that. How people some people have never felt loved because there's a way they want to be loved. And the other thing is the love, when we talk about love, even with couples, you know, the husband may not understand how to love the wife and vice versa. And so they will say, I don't feel loved by him. And it's not like the man doesn't love or she doesn't love. It's just that the package is not happening. Yeah. And so we need, as people, as couples, to really understand how the other person needs to be loved. And it's also good to have good self-expression of, I need to tell you how I feel loved, you know, because if you don't tell, you don't get. If you don't express it, they don't know. And so it's good to say, this is the way I feel loved. And also, you know, the other partner will say the same.
You know, when it comes to the languages, I just wondered, you know, people from Spanish people have fallen in love with Russian people. They speak different languages, and it's simply because they try to understand
Each other.
and that's how it went, right? Otherwise, because everybody's style is different, right? And unless you appreciate the other's style, you can never understand them, right?
Yeah.
And love is a language, right? And it has to be expressed in the language that one understands.
Yes.
And because it's the language, we can learn. You know, I speak English and my local language, Yoruba. If I want to speak another language, I have to learn it. And that's what expression of love is about. And we can teach each other, like Yinka just said, that how do you want to be loved? Okay, this is the way. If you don't say it, I may not know. And I was thinking that after giving you my whole life, my whole world, but you see, you're not giving that one particular thing that will speak the language of the other person. So like language, we learn. I remember when we lived in Japan and we started talking, nobody was even hearing what we were saying, and we're trying our best to say, but I just said it the way you said it. And then until we began to really speak it better, then they started smiling at us when we talk. That's what, you know, the love language is about.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also brings back to our last episode, right? Because some people learn that language from growing up. And so when they become adults, they still want to speak the same language without learning the other person's language.
Wow. So what's your spouse's language? Do you know?
Oh,
It's fine.
Or your child's language.
Oh, your child's language.
well, I think somebody like Gary Chapman helps us out there. Kudos to him and his long-term research to discover 5 love languages. It does not mean that you cannot discover your own 6th, 7th, or 10th.
Oh, 10th. Yeah.
But more often than not, you may find what you are thinking is new, hovering around one of those 5.
Fine.
Yes, yes. And love is about learning. Like you said, you learn the language, you learn each other, you learn even yourself, you know, because sometimes you don't know what it is to be loved because of your past, your childhood experience that have not been resolved. And so you're still staying there and people ask you, how do you feel loved? Some people maybe in that workshop may not be able to answer that question. How do you really feel loved? And they're like, I don't even know. And so at the workshop we talk about love and how to feel loved, and also the one other question in that is how do you feel when you don't feel loved? What happens when you don't feel loved? And so these are all throbbing questions that will bring out some things in you that maybe have been hidden for so long. So
maybe for record's sake, we should also relay out what those 5 languages, because somebody may be asking, okay, they mentioned 5 love languages. What do they are?
Okay,
just
go ahead.
Number 1, who wants to say?
You go ahead.
For me, number one,
What's yours?
maybe I should talk about mine. Mine
Just
is
one.
touch. Yeah.
Touch.
I like touch, not hidden touch.
Words of
Public
expression.
touch.
Okay.
affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Yes.
Words, that is, express yourself. Silence, there is no golden in marriage or a relationship. You must speak out.
Yeah.
So touch,
Yeah.
words of
Affirmation.
Affirmation.
Yeah.
what next?
Appreciation.
Yes.
Appreciation, which is also
That's
word of
gift,
affirmation.
which is called gifting. That is like to give somebody something.
Okay.
Then,
Mine is
What
acts
is
of language,
quality
acts
time.
of kindness.
Acts
of kindness. Yeah.
There's a gift element. Giving people time.
I know you love quality time. You like
Quality
to spend time.
So
Yes.
we mentioned all the 5. You can add to it.
Yes, you can
The
add yours.
appreciation doesn't have to be gift. It
Gifts.
can be verbal, right?
Yes.
Words of
yes.
affirmation.
Some
Right.
guys have only said I love you today. We are going from the day they got married.
But you see, I was in a conference one time, and the facilitator separated the men and the women. And after they did their thing, he came back and said, well, the things women want is the things men want. But I was kind of not totally agreed with that, because I think the things that men want, for example, it says men want respect. My wife wants respect too,
Yes.
right? You know, men want quiet time. Of course, my wife wants quiet time too. I think all the things that we need is just being totally human. You know, if you're human, then you know and you know yourself. Then you would want anything that any human being wants. Maybe at different degrees, but
Yeah,
you still.
I think you just touched on the right aspect of that conference. Now, I'm sure that organizer was talking about, or the person was talking about the degree.
Yes. He didn't mention.
If you put everything on a scale between 0 and 100%, you find that more men want more of respect.
Well,
Fewer women will be harping a lot on respect. You know, they don't like respect, but they know that respect is like air for men, but for them, affection, expression of your love around
as
them.
a man, I want affection too.
Your level is low. Fire on the mind.
We all want respect. We
Respect.
all want affection.
Affection.
We all want quality time.
The
we all
whole
want
family wants
kindness.
it.
We all want all of that.
Understanding.
So it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
So I like that understanding, right, for every moment.
Yes.
And that's where we talked about communication. You know, when you talk about it, you can tell, okay, this is where you're at. Okay, this is what you need. You know, when we are open that much and we have those deep conversations, we'll be able to, maybe it's more respect, maybe it's more nurture, maybe it's just quiet that she needs. You know, that's being gracious that we talked about. Loving, being thoughtfulness towards each other. Yeah.
And those things too, we don't need to be rigid and say, okay, that's the only love language, you know, like you can, at some point, maybe even in a day, you could be like, you want affirmation right now, and then in the evening, you want quality time. And so it's
Such is human
being human,
relations.
being human.
That's
So
good.
in the workshop that we attended, the pilot that we did, people will learn how to. They will learn a lot about each other. They will learn a lot. You will learn as a parent about your children. You will learn even more than you think they know, and it will actually impact you and your relationship with your children. So. What did you learn, and how did it impact your relationship with your children? Because most of our children were present, right? And you had good, because we had quality time together with our children, and they were open to talk about things that surprised us. So what did you learn, and how is it impacting your relationship with your children?
Good. I like to thank God first about the principle of spirit of openness. It's not very good caging your children or caging yourself in, not being able to express, not have an atmosphere of sharing and caring. So I learned for the first time on that day that I could have shut down a very genuine emotional development out of my own either ignorance or just over focus in one direction. And what is the example? There was a performance, an achievement that was better than the previous.
In
one of your daughters.
One of my children.
Yeah.
But the achievement, the new achievement, still didn't feel like measuring up to my own expectations. And I was too quick to jump on the not meeting my expectations, or that you can still do more, you can try for this, forgetting the fact that the emphasis of the child towards me and the expectation was that, look, there was a less effort in the past, and see how much my extra effort has produced this time around. I failed to acknowledge that delta of effort and the impact before condemning the new achievement. And without allowing for much of expression, there was a caged-in feeling
Emotions,
or emotions that was not brought up until that workshop.
Wow.
And when I discovered it, I think I felt most sorry, because I know within me I'm the last person that would like to shut people off or just play like holier than thou. After all, they've not seen my own reports when I was in their class anyway. So, but what am I trying to say is that it brought up a whole lot of emotions that was very touching. That it's not about what the new achievement is, but that delta-wise. Whereas before I was blind, but now I see.
Right.
Whereas before I was there, but now I'm alive.
That's
So
awesome.
we healed by power of openness on that day to discuss, to share, to care, and made up. And really, I think we all teared up. It was very touching.
That's awesome.
And I think you asked her to forgive you.
Yeah,
and you're
so
really sorry.
that now moved us to this space of where I say forgiveness.
I'm sure you're
because
for
we
it.
have to really do that. Many a time again, we take that aspect of it for granted. The principle of saying, I'm sorry, and then acknowledging to say, oh, okay, I forgive you. Those two sentences, they look very small, but in terms of feelings, impact on the emotions of any human being, whether male or female, they go a long way. So we should not forget to be too proud to say, oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
and I forgive you.
That is powerful
Yes.
for us as parents. It may be hard for a lot of parents to ask their children for forgiveness, especially the adult children. I think that it can be, but it's something that really make an impact in your relationship. And I believe she now began to be more open, and will find you easier to talk to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Okay, sorry.
For me, I said it was communication, and that's partly because as parents, sometimes we don't appreciate the knowledge of our children or the emotional knowledge, you know, and we tend to not tell them things because my daughter asked me about things that I never said to her before, and I had to apologize for not telling her, because before it would be that I may think I'm trying to protect her, or I'm trying to, I'll give an example.
Not bother her.
Not bother her,
Yeah.
or I become defensive when they ask and stuff like that, you know. And I had to explain to her one time about the fact that after high school, my son wanted to travel with a friend, and I said it was okay. But when it came to my daughter after high school, which was, the year before, so I said no. So she wanted to know, why did
What's
you
the
say
difference?
no? What's the difference? So I had to explain to her that it's because two young girls, 18-year-olds in Europe, is different from two young girls. It's even worse these days, because these days they can kidnap or do whatever, you know. Stories of people, they kidnap them for kidney
kinds of
harvesting
things.
and stuff like that, but that wasn't there at the time. So, and she was able to understand, and some things she asked about what happened to you, and I was able to open to her, you know,
Yeah.
about that. So
Right.
And I like that because, you know, we talked about expressing rules and regulations, letting the children know rules and regulations, because if at that time you had been open enough to say, this is the reason why I will not let you go. During her own time. Maybe, I'm just looking back in retrospect now, maybe she would have understood. And that's
Yes,
one thing that we need to do in our parenting, to being open and, you know, setting out the rules and regulations and giving explanations of whatever
Why
we're
they are
doing.
like that,
Yeah, so that,
that's why I chose communication.
and then you now, so the explanation was now done after the hurt had been done in the girl. But thank God for forgiveness as well.
Yeah.
And on in the corollary of this is even children to parents. Because at that workshop, there was another one of our children that I had to express my heart towards.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which was, I was expecting it would be the other way around, right? Yeah, and what happened, you know, she's one child that's so independent that even when you offer things to her, she just doesn't take it. And that can be rejecting to me. You know, she was very sick, you know, coming back from school that time, and then she now had a delay in Edmonton. And so, and she wasn't feeling too good. So I was now saying, okay, just come home. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to cook your favorite food. And also I said, oh, no, mommy, don't worry. Oh, I felt like, I felt rejected. I didn't know that it was still there until that day we had the workshop. So when I brought it out, she also apologized to me.
Wow.
And yeah, and then she learned a lesson too, that, you know what, let people, if people, you know, be gracious, that's the word.
Yes.
Accept things, you know, because we want to give. If people are giving to us too, we should have the grace to receive, so that the other person doesn't feel rejected as well. So that was very helpful at that workshop.
And the appreciation of a gift is very important, because if you think you're so independent, you don't need any gift, then the day that you need a gift, you won't find anybody give it to you.
You're on your own.
You know.
Yeah.
Completely on your
Yeah.
own.
That's
So
good.
Yeah.
And because at the workshop I was facilitating and doing all that, and during the time of parent and child chats,
Right.
I didn't talk to
The
anyone.
opportunity.
And you know, my husband was talking to our daughter, so I want to talk to my son today. So I know that at some point he was very brilliant, and sometimes he would come home with 93% or 97%.
Where's the
and
other
I'll be asking,
3%?
where's the 3?
Or the 7% left.
Where's the other 3? Where's the other 7?
Forgot at school?
Yeah, you left it. So I don't know if it offended you, my son, or not, but I just want to say I am so sorry. I ask for your forgiveness. I want you to forgive me for all that. Even if you think today, oh, it's okay, Mom, because I know you're a very peaceful person, you just like to say it's okay. But today I just want to say, I'm really sorry. I should have acknowledged that you did a great job. You're still doing great jobs. You did a great job in school. And I needed to acknowledge that you had 97% in the schools. I needed to acknowledge that and draw you close and actually give you a hug or hugs, you know,
Wow.
and celebrate
Yeah.
your
Achievements.
achievement. So today I just want to say to you, I celebrate you. I
Amen.
celebrate you so much, and you are you are a son that everybody will ask for. And I love you so much.
Wow.
Thank you for your forgiveness and for knowing that I didn't do it to hurt you or to offend you in any way or to cause you harm. I guess it was just me being what I knew. And so
Well, now
thank
you
you. I
know better.
appreciate you so much, and I appreciate your sister as well. Thank you both for being great children.
Wonderful. And
Yeah.
by extension to my daughter too, even though mine was out of ignorance, not deliberate
No
faulting
excuses.
you. But again, if you're apologizing, no need for excuses. So once again, I say, I'm sorry. I trust you that you forgive me. So I ask for it. And I believe I receive it by faith too, that you give it to me. And right from that very day to those whole stories have been those wonderful relationships have been restored, and we're more than open, more open than ever before to each other and to every member of the family. Once it was even more understood that it was done out of ignorance, not a deliberate act. Nevertheless, we still say, we're sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, and I want to our children, you know, to our son.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, he wasn't there, yes. I want to say, in every way that I've failed you, maybe I've not appreciated you.
It's okay.
Maybe when you've done things that I should have said, you know, celebrated, and we didn't celebrate because we felt we have set a standard or,
Whatever.
yeah, and you haven't achieved it. I want to say sorry. I apologize. And every little effort you put in, I begin to appreciate it right now. So please forgive us. And to our daughter too, I remember that when she did
It's okay.
is it grade 5? I don't know what they call it in Holland that time. Well,
Okay.
I just felt that she didn't have a good mark, and it was just kind of put in in the background. It wasn't even put up in any way. So please forgive me. I know better now, and I appreciate you for who you are, for your achievements. God bless you. I love you. I love all our daughters, our children, our grandchildren, and even the adopted sons and daughters that we have right now. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Amen.
And forgive me. Yeah. Thank you for forgiving me.
Well, for me, I learned a lot from my granddaughters. I realized the things I have not done when my kids were growing up. You know, basically, my absence, whether for work or for travel or whatever. But I realize now that there were lots of omissions that I have done. For this, I ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And maybe to every other child, male or female, young or old or grandkids out there, you are listening to this. We do not do this for fun, but to be really a source of healing for the entire family, because we take communication for granted. We take offenses for granted. All these are part and parcel of elements of fine-tuning our human relationships, especially parent and child, or parent and children. So we empathize with everyone who might have been hurt one way or the other, and want to believe that this program will surely provide a healing platform for many who might be in or have experienced similar situation before now. There is power in communication, and there's a lot of grace in forgiving each other. As God will surely seal all our confessions and our overtures to each other into fruition by God's grace.
Yes. Amen. And to all parents, young or older parents, I just want to say to you, ask your children for forgiveness.
Absolutely.
No matter how it looks, maybe you didn't do it deliberately or whatever you want to say, but you can have these conversations. Just ask them one question. What don't you like about our relationship? And you will be surprised what they would say to you. Whether they are still children, younger or older, it's something that will enhance the relationship that you have right now. Even if your relationship is still okay, but you want to enhance it. Or if the relationship is challenging, you want to heal it. So this kind of conversations or discussions can help to heal those relationships. So we speak to you, parents, all the mistakes that you've made. Don't hold yourself like, to ransom because of it, but let go of it and have these conversations. And we just bless you today. We bless you, parents, young parents who are struggling right now with their children. Be gentle with yourself, be gentle with them, and let everything just come together for you as you have this hard conversations with your children. We bless you. As a mother, I bless you. All those children who have been offended by their mothers, and we just release all of that. We release a mother's blessing over you right now. Father's blessing.
And so, Father, we want to thank you appreciate all the fathers in the house. There's no macho man in this stuff. We just have to come down, humble ourselves, and be the engine that makes these families to work. So we pray for you too, that God will give you the grace. We spoke about graces to handle this kind of situations, circumstances within your ambit, and be able to keep your family going in good unity and in love. God bless you.
So there's where we'll draw the curtains today. We just want you to know that we love you. All of our children are loved, our grandchildren, even our children's spouses, my son's wife. I love you so much. I hope you will receive this and forgive your parents as well. All of our children's spouses, we didn't mean to hurt you, but it happens. So we love you so much, so much. We stand as your parents to release that love back into your heart. Thank you for loving us again. Have a good one. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.